He looks like a
Yes.
developer. Let's see it. Let's see it, Matthew. There he is. Did anybody officially submit a deal? I've been stuck in a meeting all morning. But did anybody send one to officially pitch today? David, Rick, or Andy?
I wanted to, but I couldn't find the form. I looked at on a Facebook page, and then through my email, somehow I couldn't find the form.
That's okay. If you want to email it to me right now,
Okay.
I can pull it up when I'm at my computer in about 2.5 minutes.
I only have the agent's number and some of the detail, but you meant the form with all the questions?
Uh-huh. It's
I don't have that
on our
form.
it's on our website, TeifkeRealEstate.com.
Okay.
Then under the investors tab, there's a page called submit a deal, and that's where you submit it.
Okay. Let me look. Okay. I'll do it right now.
David, Rick, any updates on deals?
I sent you more information yesterday on that Florida mobile home park.
Uh-huh.
All the bills. I sent you a rent roll. So now take a look at it.
What do you think about it?
What you want.
I will. What are your thoughts on it?
I think that there's a possibility to add value to it. Some of the homes are vacant. I don't know. I mean, he sent rents. I don't know what the rents are for a mobile home in Florida, so I can't get comps for it. But from what he was telling me, my impression is that it's really been not well maintained and or managed, and that there's room for improvement and therefore add value with a little information.
Yeah. Do you know if they're how many units total is it?
There are 12 units. 9 of them are either 1 or 2 bedroom, and there's 3. It was hard for me to understand what he was saying. There were 3 semis that were split up. So you really have, I think, 12 units, and then there's also a house on the property. I sent you everything.
Okay. Do you know if they are mobile home park owned units where they own the land and the homes?
I don't know, but I can find out.
That's a good question to have because
Yes,
that'll also depend
right.
on how much rent we can get. You know, like we have a 14-unit retail / mobile home park in Austin, and we elected to give away the 11 mobile homes to the tenants and just rent out the lots in order to the mobile homes weren't worth anything, and you know they're in pretty bad condition. So we wanted to get rid of the maintenance costs that we would have from owning the homes, and strictly just rent out the lots. And we rent out the lots for about $750 a lot, you know. But that's Austin, so this location is probably going to be different.
I'm sending him a text right now.
How close is it to the beach? Do you know, Rick?
I don't know. It's in Hudson City or Hudson something, Florida. I can look it up on the map.
Oh, interesting.
And Rick, you sent me like large attachments. Does the broker, whomever has it, do they have like a spreadsheet we could look at?
You know, I don't think he's too organized. What he sent me was a handwritten rent roll.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, let's take a look at it, and especially if no one's presenting many deals today, then we can analyze it here and come up with some other questions. Xavier, David, Rob, any other deal updates?
I don't know if you heard from Matt, Alex, but I'm working on doing the owner finance deal on this property I own out in Waco. or not Waco, outside of Waco. It's in Robinson. Just to make sure I have the extra cash to do the duplex build. So that's kind of something I'm going through. The lease is up in April.
Recording in progress.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna, I guess, get up to speed on that. I'm kind of curious if you've done any owner financing, things like that. What's been your experience? Because I'm just going in really, really green.
Yeah, absolutely. We have me personally, I've bought some owner finance deals, but never actually sold one on seller finance, I don't believe. Have we, Matt? We own like some notes, and I think we're about to buy some and seller finance them out. But we'll look at that too. Sorry about a little bit of a delayed start. Let me get this in the Facebook group. I'm at my computer so I can share my screen, and let's look at some deals. All right. So, Andy, were you able to locate?
I fill out everything, but it keep asking me to attach a contract. I don't have a contract.
If you don't have a contract, just put an image there.
Okay.
Okay.
One more second. Okay, sure.
Man, I hate when people come in and reorganize my things. All right. So, David, do you have a deal that you want to present today? I'm just trying to come up with our order here.
No, no deal. I'm just hanging out.
All right. So I think what we'll do is, Xavier, you got one?
Alex, I just messaged you. The guy called me right now and I answered it, but he's got a deal that we could call him if you wanted to. I just sent him the message.
Okay.
I should mention one thing that's kind of fun about this owner financing thing I'm doing. It's with the ARM note. So the max rate it can go up to is 11%. So that adds some interestingness to it. But other than that, most of the damage with interest is capped. So that's kind of nice.
Hey, Alex, I did it.
Okay, great. Let me pull it up. I finally got things almost back to where they should be over here. All right. Waiting for it to come through right now, Andy.
Okay.
If you don't mind, why don't you tell us a little bit about what this is, how you found it, and tell everybody about yourself. You know, Andy, you're a very smart individual. You've done a lot. You've bought a lot of real estate. Tell everybody about yourself and your experience and kind of who you are and what your goals are for those who may not know.
That's a lot. I'm trying to learn from what Matt and Alex and what all the pros and everybody here is doing. I myself are boring, but real estate is interesting. There's so much stuff to learn. There's so many ways to make money. You can make money in practically in tons of different ways. I'm trying to figure out which way would fits with me. So currently right now, I'm just buying single family, but I think commercial fits me well. I mean, it's something I like to do. So that's my focus. But okay, so we'll just move on. Today, I found a deal, a potential deal on Facebook that I contact the agent and he tells me that somebody wants to sell a 10-acre with 10 homes in San Marcos for $3.6 million. And the homes gets very good rentals. I mean, it's getting rents like 1,500, 2,000, 2,100, and so 10 homes on 10 acres in San Marcos, and it's only 3.6 million, and it's something that Matt Alex should take a look at. Not only that, that's one deal. The agent also says that the owner has another deal in Galveston, where it's 6 condo on top of a commercial plaza, where he wants to sell it for like 5 million something. But I don't have, he haven't sent me those data. He did send me the data for San Marcos. And I mean, I'm looking at the rent roll, and they're getting rent at 2,000, 2,400, 17, 1,800, and it's all filled up, and it's on 10 acres near San Marcos. You want me to share the screen and maybe you take a look? Or
Yeah.
do you want to call him today or something?
If you can, did you submit all that with the deal? Go ahead and forward over the rent roll and anything else they sent you.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me download it and send it over.
All right. And so it's 10 houses on how many acres? 10 acres?
10 acres.
Okay. So they want 3.4 million. So 340,000 per lot and house.
Yeah. Obviously, you can negotiate it down. And according to this picture, the 2 houses on the left, that's a duplex. You look on the left-hand side, you see 2 buildings. Both of those are duplex.
Okay.
And yeah, let me wait, you want me to email you the rent roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever financials you got.
Okay. So just one more.
And then Andy, I absolutely can call with you. But I would love for you to call. I think that you can do it, and you know the questions to ask. And I want to encourage you and also everybody else to make these calls. You know, we don't have to wait all week to do them. And like the questions that you're going to have for these 10 acres and the 10 houses or duplexes, 10 units. These are questions, you know, to figure out if it's a deal or not to pitch. And if it isn't a deal in the moment, based on what they currently want or open to, then we know what we need to do with the deal in order to make it a good deal.
Okay, I appreciate it. You want me to practice it, but I'm not sure. I mean, it's too much. I'm not even sure what to ask, given that if it was a single house, it's fine. But this is like 10 property.
Same concept. I know you do. We'll practice here, just you and me. But like they want 3.4 million. What's the total rents on it currently?
The total. I just email you. The total rent. 18,950 per month.
Okay.
And he said potential rent can be like 24,950, but okay.
All right. So as is, we're looking at another question is what do you think? Have you run the values on what you think that these are actually worth individually?
It's time consuming. I went online and I looked up a couple and I couldn't find much data for it. Like if I was looking on Zillow, I couldn't find some of the data. So the agent said he's open to seeing me at the property, just to walk me through it. But you look at it, that's a lot of property. But the good thing is it's on one street. So it's not scattered. If you own it, you own half of that street.
Yeah, it is a lot. I mean, it's a, what are you saying in terms of it's a lot of property?
I mean, this is like 10 property on one street.
Correct. I know. I'm just saying, if you really want to consider this deal, you should look at the values of what you think each of them are. Are they worth 340 or is it worth less?
I think it's worth less, but each of them is on like almost like an acre of itself. So,
Right.
I mean, you can buy a brand new home for like 300 or 400. So I know the building itself is not worth that, but each of the lot is almost 1 acre because it's 10 acre total, right? So I couldn't evaluate the lot part. And given that it has a lot of land per lot, I know you can build more. The only thing I don't like is each of them has its own septic tank.
Mhm.
And so I don't like septic tanks. So that's part of the problem. Yeah.
All right. So I want to run through this, you and me, and we're going to come up with the questions and next steps that I want you to take on this deal. So first thing we need to establish is what do we think market value is for each one of these properties? That's the first thing that needs to be accomplished.
Okay.
What is market value of these properties? What do we think they're
So,
worth?
so with that question, do you want me to like do an individual comp on each one? That's
Well,
part of the
I'm
homework,
sure
right?
the answer is yes, but I'm sure that there's some scale to it, and I'm sure that a lot of these are pretty similar. So I'm positive that you can figure out probably pretty quickly, about what each one of these is going to be worth. Not down to the penny, but maybe it's 300, maybe it's 280. But I'm sure that a lot of these are similar if they are single family houses, all built by the same person on the same exact street, with the same floor plan, give or take. I'm sure that a lot of these values are going to be very similar to the others. And then the duplexes, same concept. What is a duplex selling for in San Marcos?
I see.
So
Okay.
just get a good rough estimate on what you think that these are actually worth. Now, the next questions that I would have, I'm looking in this right now, and what they've sent is confusing to me. It looks like in 2022, they received a total of $30,000 a year in rents. And then, so if that is the case, my question is why? Why was the rental income so low? What was going on in 2022? Second question I have is I'm still confused on what this means. I guess they're saying they received from so far in 2023, they've received $136,000 in gross rents. So 136 divided by, I don't know if this is through September. They're saying through October. So I don't know if it's including October rents or not, but let's just say that it is. So they're receiving $13,600 a month in rents. And if that's the case, why is this one so low? Like, why, if all these properties are similar, why are the rents so all over the place? Like, what is going on here? 4,000 total for the year, 16,000 total for the year, 2,300, 12,000. They're all different. So what is happening here? This is confusing to me. Is
Okay.
it confusing to you?
I would definitely verify all these data. The agent tells me that he recently got it, so he's missing more information. I asked for pictures of properties and any further tax and E12 and stuff. He says he don't have those ready yet. But the fact that he seems like he has this, and the owner also have other stuff. That's why I'm intrigued in talking to him.
Yeah. Well, do these questions make sense to you guys? Like, are y'all wondering the same thing here, everybody?
No. Yeah, those numbers don't make sense. I mean, it looks like it's only partial rented out the whole year, right? I mean, some of them are 3,000 or 4,000 income from January to October. So it's only partially rented out.
Well, and with all these questions, everybody here, like, this is the one of the first steps in the entrepreneur method. Like, we need to know the story. We don't know what's really going on with this property. We don't know what's going on, what it's worth, why they want to sell, why is it operating the way that it is? Is this an issue? Is he trying to self-manage it? Did his brother-in-law start managing this and his brother-in-law was stealing half of the rental income? That's why these numbers are all jacked up. Like we need to ask questions to understand the story and fully understand what's going on. That way we can start presenting some solutions that may result in this seller getting what they want and us as investors getting what we want. But right now we don't really have the story. We don't really know what's going on. It's kind of confusing. Like with this one too, the net operating income, so weird. All these numbers are completely off. Like annual, oh, these are for different properties. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still, where's the
I know. So I mean, potential rents don't mean anything, right? I mean, he can plug any numbers in there. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So let's see if we can get an actual rent roll on it. Let's see if we can understand what's going on. Do you know why the seller wants to sell?
Yeah, I asked the agent, and the agent says that they want to jump onto other projects. So they want to downsize some stuff and then relocate and buy some other stuff. That's the initial statement from the agent. But until we talk to owner, then we'll figure out more.
Yeah, well, and you may never get to talk to the owner if we're working with the agent here, and that's fine. But like, well, that's cool. How long's he owned them for? Why did he buy these in the first place? Did he build these? Why did he build them the way that he has? Are these at market rents? Why not? Why has he kept them the way that they are? You know, can we get an actual rent roll based on, you know, true financials? If he's looking to downsize and buy other things, I guess, what's he looking to buy? You know, why is he looking to sell these first? If he has other properties that he's looking to sell, why not sell those first? What are those? You know, maybe I'd be more interested in those properties than I am in these. Is he interested in seller financing? You know, we're just asking some questions and understanding, you know, what's going on with this guy and the scenario.
Got it. Okay, I will follow up with them and ask as much of those questions just to get the story straight and the pictures clear.
If we can,
especially with some of these numbers, seems odd. Especially on the previous page, they add 2022 and 2023 together and put a total number. I don't need you to add those two together.
Yeah, it's very
that's
weird.
what he did. Yeah.
Very odd. And if the agent put this together, then it shows that the agent doesn't really know what he's doing. And that can be a bad thing, but it also can be an advantage of you. If you can set up a call with this guy this evening, like after 5 p.m., I'll have some time to get on the call with you.
Okay, I will try. Okay, good. Okay.
But prior to the call, see if you can get a good understanding of what market value is for each one of these properties.
Hey, sorry to jump in here. It's David. Two of them are listed, 365 Jasmine, and then
367.
No, 235. 235. So 235 Jasmine is a 3.2, you know, about 1,000 square foot at two. It's listed at 279,000. And then 365 Jasmine is a duplex and it's listed at 475. So it seems like they're trying to get somewhere in the middle there, or
yeah, that makes sense.
And it's listed for 3 days. Looks like they're pretty relatively like cleaned up inside. Looks pretty decent. So somebody must have maybe renovated them recently or something. That's why they're trying to flip them or sell them.
Yeah.
Thanks, David. I actually looked at some other address and I couldn't find it, but you picked the right one. Thanks.
And Andy, if you look here on this spreadsheet that he sent, the ones that are listed are the ones that are colored differently. 235, 365, 367. but see if you can get a good understanding of the value. These do look pretty clean and nice on the inside, rent ready. And I would assume, I could be wrong, but I would assume that these floor plans and these houses are very similar.
Okay.
So let's do that, get a good understanding of what we think the total actual market value is right now, prior to the call. That way we have that piece of information going in. And if we're able to this evening, let's get on the call together and we can ask a lot of questions.
Okay, I'll try that, and then I'll try to get the agent. Okay, cool.
All right, Rick, let's take a look at this one that you sent. It was hard for me to read these attachments because they're huge pictures. Let's look at it. All right, let me see if I can find the address first. Mobile home park for sale. Hudson, Florida. This is the one, correct? Rick? And me, how are you, sir? All right, I'm gonna see if I can get on CoStar and find this one, Rick. And you're on mute if you're trying to talk.
I can give you the address if you wish.
I think I got it. It's 14501
Yep,
Old District
yep.
Highway.
Yeah, it's in the Tampa St. Pete MSA, so it's on the West Coast near the beach.
Perfect. Let me see if I can find it on CoStar. 518-698. All right. Here we go. Here she is. All right. Mobile home park. Here is the owner. Let's see what other information we can find on it.
Says that the agent is the trustee, Bill Falcone, trustee. Now he's in Philadelphia. At least he has a Philadelphia area code. So I don't know how we got, well, he's the trustee. Okay.
Trying to see if we can figure out when they last sold. No data available. All right. And you've spoken to this agent, Rick?
Yeah.
And so what's he saying about it so far? What's the story on this one with the seller?
I just asked him that question. I hadn't asked him before, but it says that's owned by a trust and he is the trustee. So I just asked the question, is he the trustee for the owner or is he the owner? And why is the owner, whoever that is, why are they selling? He also told me that that the rents I gave you are the total rents. There's no additional rent for the lot or the pad that the house is on, the mobile home is on.
Got it. And so they do own the home?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are they trying to sell it for?
Don't even have that number. That's stupid of me.
I don't see a price.
Oh, no, I do have it. 793, I think what that is.
Okay. 793. Where's this located at? Let's see if we can.
Hudson, Florida. is in the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area.
Oh, it is. Hey, Rob, it is right by the water.
Yeah,
So-
that's good.
Yeah, so it's probably a pretty good location there. Okay. All right. So let's see. 793.
Yeah.
I wonder how much net operating income it's bringing in. What was the? I know he sent all this stuff, but it's kind of hard to read. Here we go. This is much better. Clicking it. All right, so they're bringing in 1,000 rehabbed and ready. So there is one vacancy. 1,000, 2 vacancies. 2,000. We got 1,220. We got 1,450. We got 725. These are all over the place too, aren't they? We got 900. We got 650. And we got 625. Total of 570, like he said. Maybe an extra, I don't know, maybe an extra 1,600, let's assume, for the other units. Oh, 7,570 plus 1,600. All right. So annual income of somewhere around 110 grand.
Yeah.
Maybe about mobile home park maintenance is really low, especially if you don't own the homes. It's higher if you do own the homes, depending on the lease agreements. But, you know, I don't know, maybe around like 35% expenses. So about 65% is your net operating income. And then he was wanting to sell at 793, so it's almost at like a 9 cap, probably by 0.09. Yeah, 794. So he's trying to, assuming that those numbers are correct, with NOI around like 71 grand, he's trying to sell at like a 9 cap. Which I don't know this local market too well, but I bet you could figure out a way to get some cash flow there if you can get a good loan on the property. And it, you know, again, I don't know the market too well, but I can imagine that being this close to the water is probably a good thing. Gulf Shores, I'm sure that it has high demand compared to other, you know, homes and things around here. Let's see what one of these houses looks like. Yeah, I wonder what this thing's worth. Hudson, Florida. You know, 400 grand for these houses. Here's a good little picture of the area. This looks like a pretty interesting deal.
He just texted back to me. He said he's the owner, Phil Falcone. I think I know that guy. I have his phone number if you want to give him a ring.
Yeah. You want to call him? You want me to call him? Why don't
It
you
doesn't
call?
matter to me. What question specifically? I want to verify the asking price.
Yeah.
I don't care if I call him, but I'd be interested to see what questions you ask.
Okay, I can call him if you want, but if I would just ask him like, what's the asking price? Why is he looking to sell it? How long's it been listed for? You know, what's he gonna do with this money in the event he's selling it? Is he open to seller financing it if getting debt on it becomes an issue? Can he send over the expenses in terms of taxes, insurance, management, utilities, etc., maintenance that he has on operating this thing? I'd want to know, I guess, you know, I don't know the types of questions to ask near the coast, but I'm sure that this is in some sort of floodplain or flood zone. And so I assume that wind and hail wind and hurricane insurance, et cetera, is probably going to cost a lot. So I'd want to know any numbers on that. I'd be curious to know who's managing it. Is he managing this? Is somebody else managing it? Somebody else's, would they be interested in continuing to manage it? Is he happy with them? Again, kind of back to what we were just talking about, just learning a bigger picture of the story and getting a more firm confirmation on what the expenses are of operating this thing, because that'll be dependent upon, if we can pay this price or not.
All right, let me call him and I'll tell him I'm on the phone with my partner, and if you want to pipe in and ask any questions, go right ahead. Okay?
Sound good to me.
Let me see if I can get him. Mr. Falcone, Rick Stein here. How are you, sir?
Hey, Rick, how's it going?
Okay, listen, I'm on the phone actually with my partner, Alex, and we have obviously we're interested, otherwise we wouldn't keep asking you the questions. But we have a few more if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, number one, could you verify again with me the asking price?
769,000.
$769. Okay, I was close. All right, fine. Just are you still in Philly or are you in Florida now?
I live in Philly, but I go to Florida often. I have 2 mobile home parks in Florida. So.
Did you once write a book?
Yeah, I wrote a book.
Yeah, I knew you from many years ago. When I met you from the SJ but I knew I was managing Berkshire Hathaway at the time. And I knew we've met. Anyway, you may not remember me. I'm not that memorable. However, Phil, let me just ask you, why are you selling it?
So I found another park to buy in South Florida, and that's what I'm going to use the money for. I'm trading a smaller park for a bigger park.
Got it. Would you be open to seller finance? Well, maybe not, because you need the money for your new park. I was going to ask you about seller financing.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it's a smart move to always ask that question, but in this case, it's not going to work for me.
Not because you need the money for the new one. I get it. Have you identified a new place to buy?
Yes.
Okay. I see that Hudson is right on the water. Do you have any issues with flood insurance?
The park has never flooded the time I've owned it.
Mm-hmm.
There is a fence line in the rear of the park. So, like, if I could explain it, when you go into the main driveway, unit number 1 is like a real house, and it's right in. It's not a trailer necessarily; it's a real house. It's right in front of you, right? To the left of that house, like where we keep the dumpster, there's a fence that goes all the way up. The other side of that fence is a flood zone, but according to an appraiser that I just spoke to, he said that property is not in the flood zone, and which is fine with me because I didn't plan on getting flood insurance anyway.
Okay. Do you have a spreadsheet with all the expenses on the property? Taxes, insurance, and so forth?
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind on that, but I can get that, yeah.
If you would send that to me, we really appreciate it. We got questions. Again, we wouldn't be asking questions if we weren't interested. The question is, I assume you have someone managing the property?
Yeah, he lives in unit number 1.
Okay, and then...
Didn't I tell you that there's a property manager?
I don't remember. I'm getting Phil. I'm 71. I'm getting old. I don't remember what my wife looks like in the morning sometimes. I have to say, hey, baby, is that you? Okay.
Well, I usually tell everybody that.
Okay. How much?
We have a property manager. He lives in unit number 1, right behind the mailboxes. He's more of a general contractor than anything. So he is in the contracting business. He does all kinds of work for different people. And he typically will just bring in contractors to do the job. And of course, the owner pays for it. Okay. Do you pay him a salary or a percentage of the rent? Or is he go ahead. I pay him by the hour. So by the hour, okay. He just lets me know what I owe him. And, typical what we've agreed upon is $22 an hour. Would that be on your expense report for the year? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, obviously that's important. Sure. Okay. How long have you been trying to sell it? I just put it up for sale. Oh, okay. When did you get the email blast? It should have been Monday. Yeah, I did, but I didn't know it was a new. I just put it up. It can go up until Monday. Okay. Alex, do you have any other questions that maybe I missed?
No. Let's take a look more in detail at the expenses. Phil, can you hear me okay?
Can't really hear you, Alex.
That's okay. Rick, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna call you. Can you three-way me in?
Yeah.
All right.
Alex is gonna call me, so I'm a three-way call. Just hold on one moment.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Everyone there?
Yep. Hey, Phil, can you hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If we can just get a greater look at the expenses more in detail. I like it, especially the price you're asking. I'm coming up with a fully occupied property, probably somewhere around like 71,000 in net operating income, which I think that'll work. We're just gonna have to figure out, a good way to structure some debt on it. As you know, the debt market is kind of crazy right now, and a lot of lenders that we typically work with don't necessarily love mobile home parks, but we own one here in Austin, a 14 unit, and it's by far my favorite property that we own. So I'd love to buy some more. But we just need to figure out a way to get good debt on it. That way we have some cash flow and a good cash on cash return. Do you have since you buy these frequently, do you have a lender we could speak to about maybe financing this one?
We do a lot of private lenders. So, private borrowers. So I've been in the business since 1989. I started when I was 23, so I know lots of private lenders that will lend me money. But the issue is, what I tell everybody is, you have to develop a relationship with these private lenders in order to get their money. And the best way to do that is to bring them a good deal and talk to them. So that's kind of how I built my business, is by borrowing off of wealthy people.
Mm-hmm. Well, you think we can talk to a couple of them?
Well, that's kind of tricky because they don't know you.
Right.
So, it's really like nobody's ever given me money that I didn't have some kind of relationship with.
Yeah. Well, I know. And I'm just throwing it out there. We can establish that and try and build a relationship with them by bringing them a good deal, such as this one. And in the event we can't, we can always go get hard money and things of that nature. But I don't think if we go and get a loan at 10 to 12%, that it'll work on this one by putting about 30 to 40% down, give or take. So I'm trying to. We don't buy properties cash. Typically, we prefer to get debt on them. We can buy them cash, and we would, but we really prefer to get some good debt. And so, if you have anybody locally around there that you think we should speak to, or anybody that does like lending on mobile home parks, we'd love to speak to them. But we'll start reaching out to some as well.
Yeah, I just don't have any connections in Hudson. Like, I bought the park and I thought that, you know, I could fix up the houses and paint them and repair everything. So that's basically what I've been doing for the last 2.25 years, however long it's been. But yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll call some people, maybe see if I can find you a private lender. But typically, you know, it's going to work better if you know the private lender.
Yeah. No, I get it.
There is something I could turn you on to.
It'd be great.
Hold on a second. I'll take a picture of it for you. Send it to you. All right, I took the picture. I'm gonna send it to you now. The privatemoneyclub.com.
Okay.
Privatemoneyclub.com. And there's a guy who runs it. His name's Chris Noggle. You wouldn't happen to know Chris, would you?
I don't.
Okay. Well, basically, they claim that they have all kinds of private lenders. And I would just go to privatemoneyclub.com and check it out. I'll send you the flyer I have.
Yeah.
Once we hang up, I'll text it to you.
Okay. I'll go check it out. All right. Well, we'll do that. We'll work on some other lenders on our end. And just let us know when you can send back some more detailed expenses. You said you've owned this for about 2.25 years. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Do you typically do this? Just go in, buy, fix it up, flip it essentially in a couple of years?
Well, I wasn't really planning on flipping this one, but I found a better part in a more desirable area, and it's twice the size of this one. Actually, it's 3 times the size of this one. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the money out of this one in Hudson so that I can make sense of the new one that I want to buy.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just trying to trade it up, you know.
I hear you. How big's the next one?
Well, it's gonna be like 30 homes.
All right. Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah, if I got a lot of work ahead of me, that's for sure.
Yeah. Do you have any other offers on this one so far, or anybody looking at it?
I got a lot of people calling me, but keep in mind that the ad didn't even go out till Monday.
Yeah.
So it's today's Thursday. It's only been out for 4 days.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people contact me. Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, send us over those expenses if you can. How fast do you think you'll be able to get them over?
I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need till probably like middle of next week.
Okay. Well, just don't sell it without getting back to us first.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
All right. That's all the questions I got. Thank you for your time, Phil.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Rick, feel good about next steps on that one?
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at the expenses, then figure out the real NOI, what kind of cap rate we want. See if we can get some financing on it. Also, it's harder to finance a mobile home because you're not buying real estate. But let's pursue it. Maybe we'll go down there and take a trip and walk on the beach a little bit, and write it off as a business expense.
Yeah, no walking on the beach for me, but we can do some fishing.
Okay,
That sound good?
sounds like a plan to me, bud.
All right. Cool. Check this out. Let's look at privatemoney.com. What is this? Rick, you ever heard anything like that? Locating private money?
No, I have not heard of a website for private money.
Interesting.
I have my own private money, guys, but not that kind of money.
Yeah. Interesting concept, though.
50,000, 60,000, 100,000, but not that kind of money.
Yeah. Interesting concept, though, right?
Well, they probably get some sort of finder's fee or broker's fee for putting you together with the private lenders, which is nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
It has a free membership, but also a paid membership of $1,500 a year.
Huh. Looks like you got to book a call to learn. Probably be worth exploring. All right. Any other deal updates today, or any other deals